President Trump just posting on Truth Social literally moments ago, the ECB expected to cut interest rates for the 7th time, and yet too late. Jerome Powell of the Fed, who's always too late and wrong, yesterday issued a report which was another and typical complete mess, exclamation point. He writes, oil prices are down, groceries, even eggs are down, he says, and the USA is getting rich on tariffs. Too late, should have lowered interest rates like the ECB long ago, but he should certainly lower them now. Powell's termination cannot come fast enough. So the gloves coming off. I think this is really the first time we've seen the true gloves come off. I mean, you don't hear comments like this, but
he said Powell's going to serve out his term.
Well, it's only till next May.
But now he's got a nickname for him, calling him Too Late. If you notice, sort of the way he's referring to him is. No, in the second instance was just calling him too late.
Whoever his replacement's going to be, by the fall, we're probably going to start hearing enough rumors and trial balloons about it that person, it's not quite the shadow Fed chair Bessent was talking about, but you start to move in that direction. It's just funny to hear the president call out the ECB. Say, wow, look at what they're doing. Right. We should be doing the same thing.
But you tell me, do you believe that who do you believe is on a short list who wants to lower rates?
Waller. I don't know if Waller really wants to lower rates, but I think he's indicating that he would not be as obsessed about fighting the last fight on inflation this time around.
Anybody who agrees to take the job is willing to lower rates.
That's a good insight.
Even people who probably don't want to. What would happen to the dollar?
If they lowered rates?
Yeah, already at lows.
But look,
I mean,
it depends on what happens
I think
with the
you're playing
labor
with fire.
market.
I mean, that's the danger here.
If everything holds in the way it is now, yeah. It wouldn't be as logical.
But then again,
6 months from now, if we have smaller jobs or prints and whatever.
And again, if some of these prints where we had negative inflation, if some of those are real, I mean, this is all pre-tariff, but we've had deflation numbers have been crazy in oil.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if the economy really is, if people, the uncertainty, I mean, you'd like to preempt anything serious.
I would suggest, and I don't know if you think this is right or wrong, that actually the marketplace and the country likes the idea that there's a Fed that at least thinks or is acting or pretending to act independently of the president. I think actually, given everything that's going on,
they could be wrong.
Given the sort of
he could be right again.
Full Republican status of all of Washington.
Right.
I think people are generally happy that there's a third or fourth party out here that's independent.
But you don't.
They have to trust their judgment.
If you had somebody in there that you also thought was sort of under the thumb of this White House, I think people would think that is actually not a good outcome.
Stubbornly holding on to their position just to make it seem like they're independent.
I agree with that too, but I'm just saying I think in the grand scheme of
in hindsight, it might be the right time. It might actually, we'll know in 3 months where the economy is.
All over,
right?
Yeah.
We'll know in 3 months whether they should have been cutting now. We talked about how Trump doesn't have the ability to put a floor on this market if he's going to keep with the tariffs. The Trump put, but maybe the combination of the Trump put and the Powell put could stabilize us.
Right. Well, but I'll tell you, I think that right now, because Powell is considered an independent actor, he actually still has some semblance of credibility to put a floor on the market. I think if you thought that the person was also basically part of the White House, and you think that Trump doesn't have the floor, I mean, doesn't have the put, that person doesn't have the put either.
Yeah.
There's no floor on United Healthcare.
Look at that.
Well, we're going to talk more.
I think it's 20% now.
Yeah, it's down almost 20%. That's why the Dow's down 400 points pre-market. We'll have a lot more details after the break.